Hi guys, good afternoon. It is 4:42 and today you'll never see me, but today I was in a hurry. So I ended up putting my hair in a braid. This is the first time in 126 days that I have put my hair in a braid. I haven't done that in a long time. I usually do that when I'm in a hurry and I've got to do something really quick. So today I had to get ready quickly for my Vietnamese friend who came over, and I helped her study for her citizenship test tomorrow, and she has it at 7 a.m. And so we talked about the Constitution, we talked about George Washington, we talked about the 13 original colonies, we talked about the wars, we talked about 9/11. It's amazing the kind of stuff that they ask of our citizens. I mean, of the people who are coming over to live in this country, it's amazing. And I was reading some of the questions and I was thinking, they're not even upholding their own laws, the kinds of stuff that they're asking the refugees or whoever wants to come over and be a citizen. They're not even upholding the laws that they're asking of the citizenship. So it's just kind of funny. I'm like, why are you even asking if you're not actually excising the laws and applying them? Anyway, I'm knocking out my 5-minute booster because I have motivational meetup tonight. And so I titled this video, Consistency is Greater Than, what did I say? Than intensity. And it's because we read that last night in the Wellness Solution book I'm reading. It talked about how your consistency, like the fact that we're doing everyday rebounding, is more valuable than intensity. You know, if we were more intense or we did it for longer, but we did it less throughout the week, it's not as valuable as consistently doing it, even at a moderate pace. So I bet you're wondering what I'm shaking here. So, I mean, how many days have I had this channel? And I hardly ever talk about this, but I have old videos where I did talk about it, and people are still interacting with me on those videos I did a year ago. And I was just deciding that I'm going to make up one of my MCT wellness drinks and have that instead of my water today, because I'm in the mood for something kind of like a treat. And I'm going to show y'all how I give myself a treat when I want something different or when I want something sweet. I mean, every day I drink this antioxidant tea and I do all these things, but then sometimes every once in a while, I just want something like healthy that's just kind of sweet and kind of fun. And that's where this comes in. It's called MCT Wellness, and it's by Dr. Gundry. And I've been drinking MCT Wellness. This one is raspberry medley, which I like better than the watermelon. So I didn't even give the link to the watermelon because my sister and I both like the raspberry flavor better. But it's supposed to help your mitochondria, and it's because of the polyphenols inside of the MCT Wellness that helps to make your make your mitochondria healthier. So I don't drink it every single day. I kind of drink it like a little treat. But I wanted to tell you that I was having a conversation yesterday with Colette, and she told me about a very wise lesson that she learned from Tony Robbins. And the lesson was, you can't replace a habit without something to replace it with. Okay. So I was just thinking that for me, like when I was in my 30, I turned 30, and around 31, 32, I stopped drinking sodas and soft drinks. I used to be addicted to Diet Coke. I used to drink like the 64 ounces when I was a medical sales rep, driving around selling oxygen to doctors' offices. And I would get myself a big gulp from 7-Eleven, and I would drink that. And then they allowed you to get refills. So like halfway during my route, during my day, I'd go refill it. It was crazy. I was really addicted to it. But something like this, where you can replace your desire for something else you're trying to get rid of, it's a good idea. And why not pick something that like helps your mitochondria grow and be healthier? So I have been drinking this since July of 2022. So I really enjoy it. I call it motivation in a bottle because it actually can help with brain health and stuff. It can actually give you some excitement and some energy. It's definitely energizing. So I'm going to go ahead and get my booster, my 5-minute booster bounce in, and get ready for motivational meetup tonight at 6 o'clock. Okay. So I still have my socks on doing my rebounding. I like my socks better than not wearing socks right now because I'm trying to let my heel heal. This needs to dissolve more. Alexa, give me a 5-minute timer. Okay. So my heel definitely needs to heal more. So I'll put some castor oil on it again tonight. Last night, Duty recommended that I put castor oil on my heel and I wrap my feet with saran wrap, and I did that, and I slept with a sock on last night. And so I'm going to do it again tonight. It definitely absorbs, that oil just definitely sucks in to your skin. And so I could tell that it was beneficial, but it wasn't completely healed, which was fine. I mean, it's not going to just heal overnight, but I know it's doing something. So I'm going to keep doing the practice until it heals up. So the other day when I was having lunch and we were celebrating Colette's birthday, I was telling her a story. We were talking about like triaging people on the spot. I don't even know how the conversation came up, but because she's a nurse, I think we were talking about like in emergency situations. And then I told her this story about an emergency situation that I was in where I wasn't the person in the emergency, but I was the helper, that I was the first one on the scene. And I told her the whole story, and she goes, "You should tell that story on your channel." So I haven't really had an opportunity to fit it in. And so today I just thought, okay, I'll tell it at the 5-minute booster bounce. But before I do that, I just want to tell y'all again, I said it today at the end of the video, that last night when I was reading the chapter of the Cellular Wellness Solution by Bill Rawls, on chapter, I think, 14, it was about moving more, how to move more in your life. And one of the biggest things out of the whole chapter that stuck out for me was he said, if you are consistently moving on a daily basis, that held more value than your intensity level of movement. So I just thought that's kind of what we're demonstrating on the channel with the idea of just being consistent, putting it as a priority to move and to, work your lymphatic system every single day. Every single day. Move your lymphatic system every single day. That's what I want to impress upon people, that you can go from almost a sedentary environment, but then just add some movement. And what can happen when you just add some lymphatic movement to your day? You can start to slowly see changes happening. So that's what I wanted to say about that for the title. Now I'll just kind of kill time by telling y'all the story. So this was like around, I want to say 2005, maybe 2004. I was going to my chiropractor every day because I had been in a car accident. And so one time I was going to the chiropractor and I was on a street that had 8 lanes, 4 lanes one way, 4 lanes the other way, and there was a median in the middle. Excuse me. And I was turning around to do a U-turn. And when I was talking on the phone to my friend, and when I was doing the U-turn, there was a woman who was running for the bus along the sidewalk. And as soon as she ran across the exit of the gas station, the driveway of the gas station, there was a pickup truck who was looking to his left because he was going to turn right. So he was looking at the oncoming traffic, and he didn't see her running right across about the part where she got to the middle of the hood of his truck. He stepped on the gas to turn right and to get ahead of the oncoming cars that were coming his way from the red light. And so he wasn't at a red light. He was just exiting a driveway of a gas station. And when he stepped on the gas, it knocked the woman. She was a petite woman. It knocked her to the ground. Alexa, stop. I'm going to finish the story and keep bouncing. It knocked her to the ground. The first tire did not, I don't think the first tire went over her body. It could have been the back tire of the left side because he was turning right. And it went over her lower back. So she should have crushed her ribs. She should have crushed her hips. She should have crushed a lot of things because she was a petite little woman. And the truck ran over her body. And I saw the whole thing happen. So I pulled into the parking lot next to the gas station parking lot, and I parked my car and I ran over to the woman, and she had her purse and everything was sprawled out. And then all these other people started coming to the scene, and I kind of just went into action and I said, "You stop traffic. You get her phone and find someone with her name, daughter, or call the last person to find out what this lady's name is and tell someone she was hurt so that we can contact somebody of her family. You call 911." Like I was just giving directions all the while I was hovering over this woman, holding up her head. And we weren't going to move her body out of the street because it was just at the exit of we didn't want to injure her further, like her neck or her spine or something, without having like the neck brace on. So I was just giving, you call 911, you get an ambulance here, you find out what the address is of this. And there was like 6 or 7 people, and I was just like giving them all instructions, like I was some triage person. And it really surprised me, because I've never had any training. Really kind of surprised me how I kicked into gear and just started taking over the situation. Well, long story short, the ambulance came. Oh, I forgot to tell you this part. So I'm not religious. I keep saying that on this channel, but I have a background in religion. And so I didn't know what to do except for to pray over her. And I just kept calling God and the angels to come hover over this woman and help her stay alive, keep her alive, because she was like, her eyes were rolling in the back of her head, and we were talking to her, and she was not coherent. We asked her what her daughter's name was. We found her daughter's name in the cell phone. We called the daughter. We told the daughter what happened so that the daughter could try to find her mother in a hospital. I gave her my cell phone number. So anyway, after the ambulance came and took her away, I went to my appointment, and then I called the daughter after the appointment, and I asked where they took her. And that was like a whole ordeal. They ended up taking her to a trauma hospital. So the irony is this is way back in like 2004. And they let me, a stranger, come into the ICU and see the woman just upon me saying that I was part of getting her to the hospital. And I just explained that I was just a bystander, but I was there to see what happened and how she was doing. And she had to spend the night overnight in the hospital, but she told me she was coherent this was like 6 p.m. at night. She was coherent in her ICU bed, and they were just monitoring her overnight because the doctor said it was a miracle that she didn't have any crushed organs or any crushed bones with the pickup truck driving over her lower back. And we both attributed that to prayer, that through the prayer, God had, in God's name, in Jesus' name, whatever, we called for healing to occur. And so all she had to do was just stay there overnight, and then she was going to be sent home. But she was in pain. I mean, she was all bruised up and everything. She definitely had crushed, bone. She had crushed tissue and stuff like that, but nothing was permanently damaged. And so she worked at Color Royal. I never followed up with her after that. I think one time I might have called her after that. But anyway, it was just such a weird story. And I mean, definitely, if you're ever in a situation like that, I definitely think prayer is powerful. So that's the lesson to that story. So anyway, I thought it was, Colette just thought it was interesting. I should share that. Here we go. Let me do my 30-second here. All right, here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last off. Last off. Last off. Oh. There we have it. My 5-minute twister bounce. Knocking it out, slaying the day. We are slaying the day. We're knocking things out, getting things done, ticking things off the list. All right, guys, that was my 5 minutes. Hope you have a nice evening. I'm going to check my emails and make sure nobody has asked me to join the event tonight. There's final minutes here. We got 40 minutes until the night starts. Email me. Go to avantiwellness.com and send me a contact us form. If you catch me early enough, I can get you the link. Okay? Saying goodbye for now. And there is a link in the description if you want this at the Avanti discount, the MCT Wellness at the Dr. Gundry Avanti Wellness discount. I am a Gundry ambassador, so they give me a discount to offer to you guys. So I use it as a form of something fun to drink. This one is raspberry. All right, bye guys. Talk to you